Did you know the only reason Subway is the most franchised restaurant in America is the cartel? Because you can open up a Subway for $10,000, no questions asked, so people open them to clean drug money. That sounds like a conspiracy theory, but drugs are a billion-dollar business. That money has to be cleaned somewhere. Eat fresh, Jared diddle your kids, that's where. Have you seen Narcos? I mean, I won't recommend it because it is brutal, but it is perfect television. They split it up into Narcos and Narcos Mexico, and they're both just as good because it's the exact same show. I think like Netflix cancels a show after 3 seasons, so they did that and they got around it.
What'd you do last summer?
Oh yeah, went to Europe with my mom.
You never mentioned that.
Yeah. Guess I haven't.
Why not?
Because I don't know, it's just like I'm 20 years old still going everywhere with my mom.
I don't know. It sounds like it would be really fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was the best time of my life. I don't want to play it down, but I don't want to rub it in either, because I don't want to be that guy. Because I love my mom. We went to Portugal first, which I knew nothing about going into, which that's great, because that never happens, right? Everybody knows a little bit about everything nowadays, but I'm ignorant, so... there was these cobblestone patterns, like you'd see on a wall of a museum, on the ground, like on every street. It was so beautiful. The souvenir I got from there was a piece of the ground, which over there is the most beautiful thing in the world. Here it's a rock. I can show you, it looks like a rock. And there was this thing called a pastel de nata, which I've never heard of. It is one of the best things you could ever taste in your entire life. And it only exists there. Like, how many things like that exist? The best thing in the world, one region knows about it. Man, I can talk about this for ages, but like on vacation, you see, you know, parents and little kids, and then you see couples, and you're reminded I'm alone with my mom. But you know those shops you're just hoping are like authentic Portuguese clothing, not the tourist traps? My mom loves those, so that's how we got around, just going from one of those to the next.
I don't know. I think traveling with your mom sounds nicer than those couples. I traveled with my parents last spring break. It was nice, especially because they're getting older, so it's good to get physical stuff in, like traveling, because you never really know how much time you got.
Yeah.
We went to Italy and...
Oh, we went there too. But I'll let you go. Sorry.
Yeah, it was wonderful. We went to Pompeii, and Vesuvius was amazing. I mean, it's so much bigger than you think it is. There were these...
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, there were these clouds that made it look like it was erupting, like right when we were there. And there was this one room that had a glass case with one of those plaster molds of a body right in the center of it, you know? And these tourists would line up outside, and then they'd file into this hot, silent room, and they'd stand there. And maybe they'd like take a picture or like mutter something to their families. And then they'd just leave, like it was nothing, like that's that, okay? And it was so strange to me, you know, because we're all standing here staring at somebody who died in agony 2,000 years ago, like it's nothing. Like, okay, let's go have dinner now. Like, you know, like, I don't know. It was just strange. The pasta was amazing too. Like, best I've ever had in my life. Not to put the pressure on or anything.
Yeah, no pressure.
I don't know. Spending that much time with my parents meant fighting, but that time with them is time you can't get back, you know? I think my happiest is when I'm alone. Like, not just time flying by or being distracted or doing whatever, you know, but my actual happiest is when I'm just alone. I want to go back to Italy, and I will in my own time, definitely. But But it won't be the same as that time that I went with my parents, you know? It just won't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I realized something spending that much time with my mom, just like talking and listening to one person for a month straight. That she's weird, you know, which makes sense when you track it down, but not in the same way as me. Like, I remember one day I talked to her about Pulp Fiction for 2 hours straight, and she was so polite and listened to every word. And then the next day told me never do that again. So it's not in the same way as me, but you know, it's like we both don't belong, and that's why it worked. Like I remember playing solitaire with my mom. Like individually playing solitaire in the same room. Like that's how I grew up. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like being alone together. Like I think you can be like meant to be alone. You know, it's not a bad thing. Like me or my mom. Or you and that's not a bad thing, right? And you could still be able to be with other people. You could still be meant to be with other people.
You know, my mom would talk to everyone while she was there like, I'm Italian. Like, she doesn't live on Long Island and they don't literally live in Rome. You drive an SUV, they cycle to Venice for a Tuesday. So stupid.
Yeah. I think when I was 9, my mom tried to teach me how to ride a bike, and I sucked, so she stopped. So I don't know how to ride a bike.
Are you serious?
Can't be good at everything.
Okay, but that's like seriously concerning.
Not unless I am terminally ill, and the only cure is for me to ride a bike.
Okay, I guess I'll cross bike riding off the idea list for our third date.